Welcome to the CPI Lean Operating Model, a short introduction to a model for continuous process improvement. Many companies often have a large and hidden improvement potential, and the CPI Lean Operating Model can release this potential, giving a higher production, lower cost, more stable quality, and satisfied customer. And the model is a set of principles, including 6 well-defined elements and relating tools. When we enter a new asset or facility, we often see some common symptoms of this hidden potential, and we wonder if you recognize some of these symptoms in your organization. We don't have a common view on the business processes, and we can't agree on what is critical. Each crew have their own way of running the production process, and we don't have a standard best practice. There are no descriptions for who is doing what in the team, and competence is limited and not managed. The production throughput is good. We seldom have a very bad day, but we never push our limits either. Our decision structure is informal, and very few actions are taken and follow up. Meetings are for managers, not for workers. The managers are sitting in meetings, and we never see them when we have a production problem. This kind of statements often indicate that there is a hidden potential. So can the Lean Operating Model be a solution to these symptoms and challenges? Let's go through the elements. The critical processes are all activities related to health and safety, performance, and the life cycle of the asset. They are organized in a plan, do, check, and act improvement cycle, and process indicators are used to measure the performance of the processes. The best practice work processes describe the standard activity details by role, sequence, time, and expected results. Using the best practice standards will give a clear and visible description and develop a precision-oriented behavior. The work is organized in multi-skilled teams where the members take common ownership. The team has well-defined objectives and share the same goals using visible targets. Team roles, responsibilities, and competence are well defined. In performance management, the strategic objectives are identified and KPIs used to measure progress towards the goals. All teams compare to the actuals against the targets, analyze deviations to find root cause, and take corrective actions. The decision structure is formalized along the value chain with a set of meetings supporting the critical processes. Each decision meeting has an objective, defined participants, input, output, and an agenda. All decisions are based on facts and will be followed up. Visible leadership means to drive performance and follow up the KPIs, follow up people's compliance to critical processes, and execute operative leadership in a line organization. The focus will be on being present, leading, and supporting the people. Altogether, these elements form a model approach which will capture and release the value potential. The model just described is just half the solution. The other and most important part is how we implement this in our own organization. So given a well-defined model, it must be actively implemented if we want to capture the identified value potential. And the end result is often depending more on the quality of the implementation than on the actual model. We use a process in 5 steps to work in implementation, including anchoring, training, practicing, coaching, and finally evaluating the results. And for each of these steps, we have detailed description where we are using also relevant tools. So now we kindly ask you to share your feedback on this presentation. How relevant is this case for your own working environment? What is your experience with improvement projects? Which challenges did you run into in your projects? And finally, what do you think can be improved in our approach? Thank you very much for your attention. CPI has been 15 years in this business, and we are ready to serve new customers.